The Sunday school lesson for July the 9th, 2023 is Accept God's Invitation. Luke chapter 14, verses 7 through 11, and verses 15 through 24. Accept God's invitation. Luke chapter 14, verses 7 through 11, and verses 15 through 24. Time, AD 30, place, Perea. Golden text. And the Lord said unto the servant, Go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. Luke chapter 14, verse 23. Verse 7. And he put forth a parable to those which were bidden, when he marked how they chose out the chief rooms, saying unto them, When thou art bidden of any man to a wedding, sit not down in the highest room, lest a more honorable man than thou be bidden of him. Verse 9. And he that bade thee and him come and say to thee, Give this man place, and thou begin with shame to take the lowest room. Verse 10. But when thou art bidden, go and sit down in the lowest room, that when he that bade thee cometh, he may say unto thee, Friend, go up higher. Then shalt thou have worship in the presence of them that sit at meat with thee. Verse 11. For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. Verse 15. And when one of them that sat at meat with him heard these things, he said unto him, Blessed is he that shall eat bread in the kingdom of God. Verse 16. Then said he unto him, A certain man made a great supper, and bade many. Verse 17. And sent his servant at supper time to say to them that were bidden, Come, for all things are now ready. Verse 18. And they all with one consent began to make excuse. The first said unto him, I have bought a piece of ground, and I must needs go and see it. I pray thee have me excused. Verse 19. And another said, I have bought 5 yoke of oxen, and I go to prove them. I pray thee have me excused. Verse 20. And another said, I have married a wife, and therefore I cannot come. Verse 21. So that servant came and shewed his lord these things. Then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servant, Go out quickly into the streets and lanes of the city, and bring in hither the poor, and the maimed, and the halt, and the blind. Verse 22. And the servant said, Lord, it is done as thou hast commanded, and yet there is room. Verse 23. And the Lord said unto the servant, Go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. Verse 24. For I say unto you, that none of those men which were bidden shall taste of my supper. Thank you so much for listening. Join me soon for the next audio reading of the Sunday school lesson. Stay safe.